Yeah, hello, good morning, and welcome to the Tuesday edition of the Nigerian market. Gradually, we are coming towards the end of the year, but of course, before the end of the year, there's one thing that happens every October, that is the Nigerian independence, which we all celebrate. And so, our focus today will be more on that. But let me welcome all our viewers who have constantly been with us on the Nigerian market. I guess and I believe that today is going to be one of the interesting topic that you are waiting for because we're talking about Nigeria. I'm excited, I'm glad that as a nation we are growing, but we need to know whether we are growing together with our economy or we're just growing in numbers and then leaving the citizens and the economy behind the growth. So my name still remains Chimedem Samuel Paul. I'll be your host today, your anchor. I know we'll be having a guest who will be joining us online and we'll be discussing our topic for today. Gradually, as we look towards the celebration of the Nigeria um, nation, which is our great nation, our great Nigerian nation. So that's what we'll be doing this morning. The justice or the beautiful thing is that we are all Nigerians, and we say we are proud to be Nigerians. I am proud to be a Nigerian any day, anytime, anywhere. And so I won't be tired of the issues of Nigeria until I see the Nigeria of my dream. And that's, I guess, that's also your wish that we see the Nigeria of our dream come to pass. Our guest is on with us this morning, talking about Nigeria at 61. And so, before I let the topic out, let me introduce our guest who is also um, live with us now on the Nigerian market show today. Our special guest is Engineer Salahuddin A. Lukman. He's an engineer, but I'm glad he's also in the field of NGO. So he is the executive director of Good Governance Initiative on Extractive Industry and also uh, Extractive Industry Development, and also the spokesperson Nigeria Citizens Action Group. Engineer, you are welcome to the platform this morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much. I'm happy to be on the platform.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you clearly. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you, but
Good.
so can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly.
Mute your unmute your mic if your mic is mute.
I can hear you. It's on mute. Hello? Hello?
All right. While we still battle the technical issue here, we'll be looking. If you are hearing me, I guess we'll be communicating until we get it right when I can hear you. Can you hear
Hmm?
me?
I can hear you clearly.
Oh, you can hear me. Okay, fine. Good. Before we look at the topic for Nigeria at 61, as one who is working with the extractive industry. That's just one part. But we just look at overall economic situation in Nigeria. The cost of food. I understand you are in Kaduna. Maybe Kaduna has, the food is good, but I don't know for us whether those of us in Abuja here, the price of food is not friendly. Probably we'll just look at. Let me see if I can. Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you. Hello?
All
Hello?
right. Looking at generally the food, the food cost of food and items in Nigeria. What can we say?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, okay, fine. I think I
You can hear me now, right? Can you? Hello?
yeah,
Hello?
yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I said the
Yeah, I can hear you. Just go on. Just go on. Just go on.
everybody that is
Yeah, just go
gravely
on. Just go
affected.
on. Yeah, I can hear you. Just go on.
I should go on. Can I go on? Hello? 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 Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, I can
Hello?
hear you. Just go on. Engineer, I can
Okay.
hear you.
All right. The economy has not been stable,
Yeah, yeah, I
and
can hear you.
it is only the dead one in this country we call Nigeria today. We tell us that it has not been affected by the state of economy. Obviously, the rise in food commodity has been occasioned by the endless clashes of the herdsmen and the farmer, which have made numerous farmers to quit their farmland to this very crisis. And considering the activities of the bandits in the rural community, it has also discouraged people from farming. And this has greatly affected our food production and is threatening our food security. And we now look at our global currency in the global market. The instability has also made it very difficult for the naira to be stable, and this all have cumulative effect on basic commodities, both the one we produce locally and those that are being imported to our dear country. So, in summary, the economy has not been friendly, and the food security is threatened by these numerous security challenges the country is facing.
All right. So that's in summary. The economy has not been reflected, due to the insecurity in our country. That's just basic. One of the basic effect of the insecurity in our country. Now, coming to our topic today, our topic is just trying to extract, the economic benefits or the economic gains of our democratic system, because Nigeria in few days will be 61. And at 61, that's also a grandpa. So what can we say? How can we begin to count our gains if at 61, now that we are 61, how can we begin to count our gains?
To be candid, the democratic system of governance, let me say the democracy generally in this country has not been deeply beneficial to the general masses, because even Nigeria at 61, it is assumed that it is one particular set of people that have been regrouping and resurfacing and reappearing in the scheme of things. So it makes it look as if it's a particular set of people that democracy is favoring. If you look at the people who are leaders of today in this country, they are people who their father or grandfather are part of the founding father of this Nigerian independence in 1960. And they have continued to dominate the system to the extent that they are already bereft of ideas. If you look at the system, it's not working the way we all expected, and they are not being given chances for
Yeah.
new people to come on board. So the democracy has not greatly benefited the masses, but some elite. So we are hoping as Nigeria is clocking 61, our leaders will understand the democracy need to be extended. They need to open up the space for people to come in with great ideas that will benefit the masses who are supposed to be genuine beneficiary of this democratic culture. If you look at it, the only difference between the military era and the democracy we are celebrating today is just the National Assembly. Because in the course of the military, the court still operates. It may only not only be at full glare, but look at the legislative. Are they actually doing the work expected of them to check and balances the executive, the excesses of the executive? The answer is left for Nigerians to answer. So we couldn't say we are actually enjoying the, 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 the dividend of that democracy that is expected by every masses. Justice is selective. Only the richest get the best of the justice. Injunction is for sales. The legislative have also turned to another conduit pipe to which the resources of the nation are being siphoned. So Nigeria is not doing well as far as we are concerned. Even at 61, a lot of things is really lagging behind. It is least expected of a nation who has independent about 61 years ago to still be at the state we are today. So it means we have not greatly understand the democratic culture. The press has been oppressed. If you make as a pressman, you does not have the freedom. If you make a story that is affecting the power that be, your freedom ceased. And these are not supposed to be obtainable in democracy. Citizen does not have right to express their feelings without any fear of favor. You'll be asked to get a permission before you even make a self displeasure about the policy of an authority. These are not what the democracies entails. So we are hoping as we are clocking 61, the country will understand and the leaders will understand that we need to truly reflect and practice the democracy we are in. We understand when we are under military, it is another story. But now that we are in democratic section, and this is an independent nation, we should try as much as possible let the citizens, irrespective of the class or the creed or the tribe, understand that they are in democratic dispensation and they have rights, particularly fundamental human rights that give freedom of expression, freedom of association, and other freedoms that are entailed in the Constitution of the Federal Republic. It needs to be respected, and the citizen must have that guarantee that their
Yeah.
fundamental human right at every point in time is protected. So this is when we will all be celebrating that we are a democratic republic as Nigeria.
All right, yeah. Engineer, thank you. You have mentioned quite a number of issues, which I think I thought we will be picking one after the others, talking about the rule of law, talking about human rights, talking about the security, and you have just captured the states. Now, if we chronicle Nigeria from 1960 to this day, because every child that is born is expected, to grow and from a baby to adolescence and and just grow like that. Now, can we say in one word that Nigeria is going forward or Nigeria is just going backward?
Just as the rule of the show has established that we should not
Is
be
Nigeria going forward
pointing.
or Nigeria is going backward?
Nigeria is going
In
backward.
your opinion?
In all fairness, in my opinion, Nigeria is going backward. In all fairness, Nigeria is going backward because it was in 1960s that we have our people agitating for an independence because they felt they are not being ruled. They are not being led, but they are being ruled. It is in those era of 60s that we have our people agitating that resource control must be implemented. Nigeria must look for alternative means to the agricultural produce to ensure that we expand our IGR. But this is 2021. We have a particular population of this country that are looking for succession. It means they felt they are not being carried along. They are being ruled, not being led. We have in this part of this Nigeria of today, some people are agitating for collection of revenues, restructuring. It means the things have not been working. These are the events we experienced in 60s, and today we are experiencing. It doesn't mean we are moving forward. We are moving forward. We should be discussing another thing, not resource control, not restructuring, not succession again. But we should be discussing developmental gains, developmental and advancement technologies while we are moving forward. But in all fairness, everything we are witnessing today is what Nigeria has passed through some stages behind. But today they are repeating themselves. It means we are backward. We are not moving forward. In all fairness, we are not progressing as expected. But thank God, we are not where we used to be. It's only the pace is too slow. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
All right. In all fairness, we are not progressing as a nation. Now, let's come. You are the executive director. You hold two positions. One is executive director, good governance. Thank God for that. Good governance, executive director, good governance initiative on extractive industry development, and a spokesperson, for Nigerian Citizens Group. Now, we are all Nigerians. Like we said, we don't need to apportion blame to anybody because you and I, maybe we are outside the system of government today. That's why we are speaking the way we are now on the studio. If we are appointed or if we're elected into these same positions, can we do better? So what is your own opinion? In which way can we improve? A lot of persons have been saying this, but how can we match these words with commiserate action so that we can begin to see, the benefits or the gains of democracy in Nigeria?
Thank you very much. The truth of the matter is that Nigeria is a blessed nation. We are blessed with human resources just as we are blessed with natural resources. And I've understood one single fact that Nigeria has a good policies and good programs. But we have very weak institutions. In a situation whereby we have made a law that if whosoever that thief, after you are being investigated and prosecuted, you have to go to jail. It is a good law that has been established by the act of the parliament. But when it comes to implementation, the institution to implement become compromised. They now become selective in who to serve as the law states and who not to serve. One of the major things we need to work on in this nation if we must progress is to work on our institutions. Our institutions need to be strong as our laws are strong. There should not be any reason to twist the law to favor any individual, irrespective of the place the person occupies in the system. So far, we established this justice, equity, and fairness, which is the emblem of our coat of arms. If we can practically practice these three key obligations, justice, equity, and fairness, Nigeria will be a great nation. Our institutions need to be stronger. We need to support our institutions to function according to the law and its provisions. Any act of twisting law to favor a particular person because of the position he or she occupies, it makes mess of the whole system. That is why we are here where we are. If there's a law, when the president of the nation make a law that there should be stoppage of importation, and some borders were closed, there's no reason for any part of the country to be loose for some people to bring things into the country. If we say a law is a law, it should either you are Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, or any tribe, the law should be binding on you. If you have an EFCC that states if you are being investigated and you are discovered that you are being guilty of corruption, you have to serve a jail term. But at the point in time, you see the
Yeah, okay. Anyway, if that's how far we can go today, because the network is not really friendly. Each time we have this network issue like this, I think my mind just go back to each time we have network issues like this, my mind goes back to the agitations whether INEC can transmit election electronically, and then those in National Assembly have said, no, we don't have a working network system that can help. So if the system can be compromised, because as little as what we're just doing for 15-20 minutes, we can't get a stable network, then there's issue in Nigeria. And we're here, talking about Nigeria as 61. That's 61 years old. And I'm sure that if Nigeria, like we said, earlier, I think last year we said that if Nigeria is a civil servant, should just be preparing to retire, because at 65, that's a mandatory age retirement. And now we have just added another 1 year. So it means that Nigeria just has about 4 years to retire. And from all indications, it means It looks as if we have not even started, Nigeria have not even started, the tootling or whatever development that we expect as a citizen with over 200 million population. Now, if at this stage you cannot speak categorically, because celebration, why you are celebrating, it means there's something you can pinpoint that this is what I'm celebrating. If at 61, the issues that Engineer Lukman has mentioned, and of course that's what we have. You can't say we are celebrating, the right to rule of law. You can't say we are celebrating rights to fundamental human rights. Those basic things, shelter is not there. Education, we just come back to education because the crop of leaders we have today all went through community effort, what I call community effort, because most of them went to school by the community contributing money to send them to school. Some was just community scholarship or government scholarship. They had good background or education. And none of them went to any private school then. They were all public schools, government schools or missionary schools. So how come that at 61, we cannot have leaders, the same leaders like engineer said, from 60 to 70 to 80, those who have even tried to leave power, hand over to their children. But they cannot say, this is what we have achieved in 61 years. It's so pathetic. So this is what we'll be discussing, and this is how far we can go today. I'm sure that on Thursday, engineer will be with us live in the studio because he's away from Abuja, but he's coming, Thursday, so that we can have a robust discussion. Because if we don't say the right thing and the right way and the right actions, then we're still at that same way. Like they said, if we keep doing the same thing and expect a different result, can we say all Nigerians are mad or that our leaders are mad? I don't know. But that is the word, that you don't do the same thing and expect a different result. If we want to see a progressive Nigeria, if we want to see a Nigeria that has dividends of democracy, then we need to begin to look into our programs. We need to begin to look into our system. Like he said, our institutions must be strong and not just basing Nigeria laws on one person. When Mr. A does something, you favor him. When Mr. B does, no, it is against the law. So we need to build a strong institutions that will catch up with anybody, no matter the level you are, and not just being selective as we see today. So for the leaders, the political leaders, it is not the winner takes it all. There must be, once you're elected the president of Nigeria, you are the father to all Nigerians and not fathers to members of your political party, because not all members of your party voted you. And most cases, those in opposition will vote you because they want you to be the president. So if you are the president, if you're a governor, you are governor for the state and not for members of your party. These are issues we'll be looking at again. I'm sure that by Thursday, we'll go holistic on it again and pick them. We want to know the economic benefit. If Naira used to be 1 Naira to $1, how come the wide margin that 1 Naira today, $1 is equal to 580 Naira? That's unbelievable. So it means that we are not making any progress. Rather, we are just going backward. They can't say we are celebrating the system of education in Nigeria. You can't say you are celebrating housing in Nigeria. You can't say you are celebrating human rights in Nigeria. So why are we celebrating? Okay, maybe we should just keep thanking God for the gift of life and the gift of saying we are Nigerians. But I know and I have heard and I have seen that God in heaven that created us has a bigger picture for Nigeria, and that is our consolation. And that is why even on our own part, we keep working, because we are working the agenda of God to be established in Nigeria and not any man's agenda. And I believe that that which God has said concerning Nigeria, that must surely come to pass. Whether the devil and those who are working against the soul and the destiny of Nigeria likes it or not, Nigeria must come. Nigeria will take her place, in the Committee of Nations. So this is how far we'll go this morning, on the Nigeria market. Just stay with us again on Thursday. I believe that the network will be better and we'll have more robust discussion. But I have said, don't be a passive audience member. Always be active. Now, we are talking about Nigeria at 61. If at 61, you cannot point to any achievement, I don't know why you should keep quiet. So please don't keep quiet. Speak up. Let us collectively begin to build Nigeria of our dream. You never can tell. Only your own suggestion, can change a lot of issues in Nigeria. And so that's why you have to make this platform participatory. Let's get your opinion. Reach out to the numbers, either the WhatsApp, go to the anywhere you can reach us. Let's begin to talk about the beauty and the Nigeria of our dream. So I want to thank all those who have joined us today and those who will be joining. Maybe just keep, go back, watch the video, like the page, share it so that others can also know that we are discussing about how we will build Nigeria of our dream. Of course, this is Nigerian market. Make I ask, how the market they go? The market they go well or is still biting? From all indications, the market don dey lose their power. Abeg, make we tie the wrapper well. All right, so thank you. But before we take a final notice, COVID-19. Yesterday, I learned that protesters of the COVID vaccine in Edo blocked the street. Well, that's for Edo State. I hope that it will not just be the same way, and the Edo State government has to be careful so that we don't have another EndSARS or end COVID vaccine in Nigeria. So please, but let all of us work together. Let's observe the COVID protocol. Wash your hands very well. Go and be vaccinated. Then use your mask when you are in public place. And of course, maintain some distance so that we will all be alive to talk about the Nigeria of our dream. So from all of us on the Nigerian crew, we say thank you and see you again on Thursday. Please keep celebrating Nigeria at 61.